Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Here again with you guys, New Capital. I'm one of your hosts, Christian, and Gio right next to me. And we have two amazing guests today. Please, guys, introduce yourselves.
Lizette Matos Rosales.
And Emlyn Rosales.
Yeah.
You can't hear that, but
Yeah. Awesome. So if you guys could tell us a little bit of yourselves, what do you guys do? What are you guys into?
A little bit about myself. I'm
Yes.
in Vegas. I'm from Puerto Rico. I've been in Vegas for 40 years. I own, with my husband, a transportation logistics company in the meeting and event space.
Okay.
We've had that company for 9 years, since 2016. And we also own a business funding company that helps medium to small to medium businesses get funding for like operating capital, lines of credit, equipment loans, that kind of thing.
Awesome.
why those two different industries?
Good questions. I have a traditional lending background in the mortgage industry. I realized that I like operations, so we had an opportunity to start our company about 13 years ago. We just worked hard, and my husband was actually given he was referred a client. He came to me, he's like, hey, do you think you want to do this? And I was like, not only do I think we can do it, and so, because we had been in the industry for like 3 years and we observed a lot of things that were wrong, like that we thought like could be done better, but never thinking that we were going to be the ones to do it, because I was like, after losing everything in the Great Recession, I was like, I'm never going to be a business owner again. And then I got divorced at the same time. So I'm never going to get married ever again. It's like, never say never.
Yeah.
So those are the things that were interesting. And when he came and, doing it as a partnership, as a husband and wife team, for us, it works because we met working together. We've always worked together. Some people are like, how do you guys spend so much time together? But for us, it really works. So he's my best friend. He's my road dog. We do everything together.
Yeah, we do.
He's my support system. So doing it together made a lot of sense, and we just said, let's just try it. What do we have to lose?
Explain a little bit more, because the first time you explained it to me, like I didn't quite understand it. So what exactly do you guys do? So give me like an example.
Okay, it's really hard to understand what we do. We explain it to a lot of people. Our family still doesn't know what we do. To be honest,
They do transportation stuff.
Because we're kind of in the background. If we do a really good job, people don't know that we're there. That's kind of the way it is. So basically what happens is a client, like an event planner, will plan an event for a corporate company, right? Like let's say, I don't know, a pharmaceutical company, right? Mm-hmm. And they're going to come to Vegas, right? So the event planner plans the whole event. And in that event, they'll have arrivals, right? And then they'll have like maybe an offsite event. Let's say they're staying at the MGM and they want to go, their reception is going to be at the Mandalay Bay, right? Wow. And you're talking about thousands of people, right, that are coming in. So
like a convention.
It's a convention, right, or a conference. And then there's like the departure. So what we do is we manage every leg that has anything to do with transportation. Okay. It's a very specialized skill set, which is why as we've grown our company, our clients literally fly our team and us all over the country to do what we do, because it's very specialized. But basically, we're there to greet the guests. Welcome to Las Vegas. We're at the airport. We have people all over the airport, both terminals. We have a team that's also on the ground helping load their luggage, helping them load on vehicles, taking them to the hotel. We have a team at the hotel welcoming them. Welcome to, here's your reception. You're going to, you're going to check in here. You're going to go here for your check-in for your hotel, check-in for your conference. We answer questions along the way. We make the whole process very, very seamless, where they don't have to think about where they're going. We're just basically holding their hand the whole time. They're never going to get lost. They're never going to waste time. And so basically we manage that from start to finish. So from the beginning, like at the airport, any offsite events, and then also when they are returning home from the hotel back to the airport. So our team basically manages all the transportation logistics, all the movement of people, and that's basically what we do.
Kind of like concierge for the transportation side.
Correct.
Okay, nice. Okay,
That's wild. Like you said, if it's stuff that you don't necessarily notice too much, but then you pay attention, it's like, wow, that's very important, right?
So those are the good ones, the ones that you don't notice.
Exactly. That's a really good point, because the only time people know that we're there is if something goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened?
I got lost.
But it's interesting, transportation logistics, because it's a lot of moving parts, and when we're moving people and planning to move people, and you're talking about thousands of people, hundreds of team members helping us on the ground to make it happen. I mean, we have to consider a lot of things. We have to consider traffic, day of time, other events, construction, accidents. And when we did our very first one in 2016, we had to move 2,800 people from the MGM Grand to the Mandalay Bay in 45 minutes.
Yep.
And it was how many buses, babe?
It was 70 buses.
Yeah, 70 buses. So
70.
yeah,
70.
Yeah, so we
70.
had so we had our team members were inside the MGM Grand. They were all directing all of the attendees, right, from the lobby or from the hotel elevators all the way through the hotel. And then the MGM Grand splits. There's one that goes to the conference center and one path that goes to the Grand Garden Arena. So literally we had to split the crowd so that the numbers could flow correctly the way we needed them to flow, so that when they get out to the buses and we're loading them, everything has to flow. Like everything has to flow. So our teams are all over the place, making us, helping us make it happen. And we have amazing people that work with us, that been working with us since before we started, like before we even had our company. We all started kind of in the industry together. And now they've helped us grow our company, and we've helped them grow. Some of them grow their company as well. So it's really rewarding. Cool. Yeah, it's really rewarding.
It sounds stressful to me.
It is. It is.
Because you have to manage all these people. There's mistakes. Like we were talking about the no call, no show. Imagine if like 3 people do no call, no show. Yeah, you guys manage a lot of people, right?
Yeah, hundreds sometimes at the same time.
That was my question that I had for them the other day. Is like, our team is small. So 200 people, Jesus.
Yeah. So last year we had our biggest conference was 5,000 attendees, and it was about 200 positions altogether between everything that we help manage for the client. And it can be so it's interesting that you say that, because when we have those, especially in the beginning when we first started, like I wouldn't sleep. Because, I spend so much time recruiting and scheduling and putting everybody where I think that there is the best place, like with leadership and like the leads on-site leads and all that stuff. And I'm like, what if no one shows up? What am I going to do? It's like, I'd be like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, what if no one shows up? But everybody, thank God, has always showed up.
Yeah.
And
everybody shows up.
Yeah, we have
9 years.
Yeah, 9 years we've been doing this. So it gets easier, and then you have relationships with your people that are beyond the transaction, which is big for us. It's always been like that for us. Like they're not just numbers, they're not just names on a page for us. We really do care, because we realize that without them we can't accomplish anything. Like you have hundreds of people spread out throughout the airports, both terminals, through the hotel or convention center. I mean, you're not there to, like, you can't manage everybody. Like you have your leads and they're helping you manage, we just like to show them that, and we let them know that without them, we are very well aware that we cannot accomplish anything. And so a lot of companies don't do that. They kind of treat their people like numbers, and we really don't. We know, like we take the time, and it is time consuming. Don't get me wrong. We take the time to like get to know people like beyond the transaction, not just ask them to show up, and work for us. Like I know if there's a single mom, I know if there's a single dad, I know if people have kids, if they're going through a tough time, if they need help with whatever, like we try to extend, like letting them use our extra car if they need to move, or helping them move, or helping them, like there's a lot of things, birthdays, like we take them out to dinner, and just different like life events that we try to celebrate with them and let them know that we care about them, not just them showing up.
That's great.
Extra mile.
This helped us be successful, I think.
Ever since you mentioned, it's been in my head. You said 70 buses, right?
Yeah, that was the first time. Yeah.
Do you guys don't own 70 buses, right? You guys find someone.
Not one company owns 70 buses.
Yeah, that's what
we have relationships with like the bus companies in Vegas, and the SUVs and Sprinters and
all the vehicle
black
companies.
car service.
So then you have to trust them to have that for you guys available.
It's a lot of moving parts.
That's wild.
Yeah, so the staff,
that's a lot of trust.
The staff that's on location is separate from the vehicles and the drivers that bring. So we all come together to like make it all happen. It is a lot of moving parts. And at 2021 we were on location. So let me back up. March 13, 2020, our entire book of business was completely wiped out because of COVID for almost 2 years. we kept a really good attitude. We stayed positive. We stayed serving our people. We helped them with anything that we could, supplies and whatever, and managing, getting unemployment and all this stuff. But we actually went to Colorado. We got a call from a client that referred us to go to Colorado and be part of a very first ever COVID-19 mobile vaccination unit program for the state of Colorado, working alongside with the Department of Health and Human Services. And we did that. We did a 3-month deployment. And initially that was our commitment. And then we ended up being there for 9 months. So we worked every day for 9 months, living out of a hotel, running COVID clinics for the state of Colorado. It was crazy. It was amazing. It was rewarding, but it changed our life. Since then, our company has continued to grow. That kind of put us on the map in a whole different way. And so now we are serving clients. So our clients are like, can you do this, what you do in Vegas for us in other cities? Because they run into the same issues where lack of work ethic, lack of good people, lack of good teams, lack of execution, lack of standard of service. And so we keep saying yes and then figuring out later. And so a lot of people I used to be afraid. I was like, I have to have it all together and then I can say yes. I have to have my website and I have to have this and I have to have that. And I was like, girl, just go get your client and worry about the rest later. You got a client and you're making money, you're good. So that's what we did. We just started saying yes, and now we serve clients in San Diego, San Francisco, Boston, Chicago, Nashville, Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix, Scottsdale, Las Vegas. Yeah. So we basically have little armies throughout the whole country that help us do what we do. And then sometimes our clients just fly my husband and I out to come on location and manage a local team. Okay. So sometimes the clients want us to fly our team out, which happened like in 2022. They asked us to fly our team out to Boston to be part of the very first ever shutting down of the train. In Boston, the city of Boston had to shut down the train for maintenance, and they shut it down for 30 days with the intention of okay, if we shut down the train for 30 days, we'll get 5 years worth of maintenance done in that time. And so they said, hey, the same company that asked us to go to Colorado, they called us back and said, can you bring your team? So we brought a team of 11 people. We were part of 400 people that were helping move 100,000 people a day that normally take the train. We were part of managing those transportation logistics. So that was the craziest thing we've ever done.
That was nuts, man.
And
it was with the general public.
Because most of our clients are corporate clients, and these clients, that's our second time that we did public government and public affairs. Completely different, because if you think about it, you're standing out on the street, right, helping people that normally take the train to take the buses. They're already pissed off because they're inconvenienced, right? Down, so the city's offering free shuttle service. They didn't have the capacity to serve. Not that many people. So they went to the private sector, and that's when we got the call to come out. But everybody that you encounter is your client, right? Everybody. Right. So it was a whole different animal, whole different thing. But since then, the momentum for our company has continued to grow, and we're just really proud and really humbled, that we get to serve clients at that level.
It's good.
It's a lot of moving.
I pictured me doing that. I wouldn't be cut for that.
Most people are not. Yeah, most people are not.
And that's what I said that day. Remember, we were recording some videos, and I was like, okay, it's taking us this far to kind of train our VAs and our assistants to do stuff like what we consider kind of the right way. I'm like, there's some people that work for you that you have just met, and you have to train them so they could do their stuff the right way, but you just met them one time. So that's wild.
That's a really good point, though, because we don't really. There's some people that we train. If we see if we see somebody that we a young person, we have a lot of 22, 23-year-olds that we've taken under our wing over the last couple of years, that we see hey, they're professional, they have work ethic, they're reliable, and they're hungry. You could tell they're hungry, right? So those people, we kind of okay, we put them under our wing, and we okay, let's show you how to do some of this stuff. But in general, we recruit through our present contacts and present team members that work for us for the last 10 years or whatever. So it's they already know what we're expecting, and they're not going to send us somebody that's not up to par. But I still go through the process of, spending an hour on an interview with them and asking them a lot of questions. I could usually tell, like, as soon as they started answering, oh, okay, well, really appreciate the time. I'll get back to you. But I already know that person's not going to work. Now, we have like our A tier of people, and then your B, and then your C. And you don't want to burn bridges, because sometimes you need your C and D, because you just need somebody that's going to show up and stand there, and they need the money, right? But as far as building your company and being in positions where they're the face of the company, those people, they're the top in the industry. Like, we just do not like, But the other question that you had about people that constantly have to show up, think about it. We might have a gig for 3 days. So we're recruiting for 3 to 5 days, 10 days max. Like, the longest program we ever did with a team here is like, I think 8 days. 8 days, yeah. And then that's it. You might not see the C, the D, the C, or the B list for another 6 months or a year. But the A list, you see kind of like
often.
every month, every other month, sometimes twice a month. So we're like a family. Yeah. Those people to us are like family. Like, we really we make everybody feel like they're family, but those individuals that have helped us to build our company, we help them in any way that we can. Like, whatever they need, we try to be there for them. Yep. As leaders, in the fact that we have a successful marriage, the fact that we have a successful business, the fact that we found success through discipline and hard work, but and through the grace of God, like, we always put God first in everything that we do. But those people, they're like family to us, and we try to go the extra mile and say, hey, anything that we can do, we're here for you. And that really is really important. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just stressed.
She's just like, oh, I'm already stressed talking about this.
I manage like 15 people, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I know it is.
It sounds like a lot, but
it's like layers to what we do, right? Because so like our point people, that's the most important aspect of is when you're scheduling somebody. For what we do is making sure that you're putting the right person in the right position. Like, number one, you have to figure out, what do they like to do?
So how do you figure that out? So, because I had interviews, right? I had interviews, and some people either lie or they'll give you the answers that you want to hear, right? And at the end of the day, they can't perform, or they don't want to perform. So how do you? Is there a trick that you can identify? Like, how do you know that they're the right ones, and how do you know that they're just BSing you?
That's a really good question for us, because we don't recruit off the street. Like, we don't advertise anywhere public. Like, literally all of our recruits come from people that are other business owners, or family members, or friends of family, or other colleagues of ours that they know what we're doing, and they might see. That's how we've recruited some of the young people that are like rock stars. Yeah. Like Malachi. Malachi came recruited. He came referred by another young person, Evan, who's a pilot, and he also works in our industry.
Yeah, he's good. Pretty good.
Amazing young men, And so when we're in a situation where we need people, we just go through our own database of people that already work with us and say, hey, we need to recruit, this, that, the other. And honestly, like, that's really helped us in recruiting, because when you're recruiting like off the street, like, you don't really know that person, and it's really hard. Like, people look good on paper, and they can say anything, and then you give them an opportunity, and they no call, no show, and you're like, dude, what the heck? You could have just told me you didn't want the gig. Like, leave it for somebody else who wants the gig. Exactly. So you do it more often, and you become a little bit more experienced. But I feel like the biggest thing for us is that I do spend time up front, like in the interview process. I don't like try to rush through that process. It's time consuming, but I will spend time with someone for an hour before I bring them on board. Like, I'll spend an hour of time just talking to them, telling them our story, and like we sell them the story so that they could buy in to the mission. Like, we tell them, like, because it's the truth. Like, we started as line monitors. Like,
yeah, we did.
We built our company from the outside in. Most companies build from the inside out. Yeah. But we felt that was a mistake in the industry, because that's why they treat people like numbers, right? Because you're like, you don't care. But just think about this. In the convention world and in the event world, like what we do specifically, you have people that, like, companies that are spending a lot of money to bring business in the door, right? They're spending a lot of resources to bring business in the door. And then when the actual client gets to the airport, they put Boo Boo the Fool in front of them. I mean, come on now, people. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, when I saw that the first time, I was like, here's a CFO and a CEO and whatever. And they literally put somebody in front of them that looked like they didn't take a shower. They didn't wash their hair. They didn't brush their teeth. They didn't press their clothes. They just barely got out of bed. I'm like, what is going on up in here? I couldn't believe it. So that's when I started to take note. I was just a person just standing at the airport just like that person. But I was like, something got to be better than this person. Are you serious? Like, we're in Vegas and you tell me that's the best you could do? And that's when we were like, okay. I started taking note. But I didn't know I was going to have my own company. But I just started taking note. I was like, okay. And so I spend time in the process of interviewing and letting them buy into our story. So I share our story, I get to know them, and I ask them things about their life that nobody else asks them. They've been working for companies for years, and that company doesn't know anything about that person.
What questions do you like to ask?
Like,
what
do you do when you're not doing this? That's the first thing I ask. Okay. What do you do when you're not doing this? Because when you're in the gig economy, you're doing something else. Like, some of us have 2 and 3 different gigs that we do to try to put enough hours and money together in 1 week to pay our bills and feed our families, right? And so I always ask, what do you do outside of this? And I get to know, like, a lot of them are professionals and they're actors, they're singers, they're artists, they have other companies. Sometimes they're in real estate. Sometimes everybody brings something unique that they're doing in their life. I mean, if you came referred to me from another colleague, I know that you already got something good going on, because they ain't gonna send me nobody that doesn't, like, they already know. Don't send me nobody that, like, I was gonna waste my time. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't appreciate the opportunity. And so I would say 99% of the time, that's what makes it successful, is that interview of just getting to know them. Like, one guy, he used to be an actor, and, like, I got to know that. I got to know about him. He shared his faith. I shared my faith, looking for ways to have commonality and asking them, how can we support you? Like, in what you're doing when you're not showing up for us, how can we show up for you? Like, in your life, like, is it like, I have a lot of resources, I have a huge database of freaking people. Like, sometimes I just can make a phone call and make a difference in somebody's life, and it might not help me directly, and it doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out, how can I help them? It's kind of like the same thing when we met, right? Like, the whole video thing. It was like, as soon as I identified a way that I could help support you guys and try to help you guys in any way, I'm like, let's just do it. Like, let's just do it. So this is the one thing. People have coined the whole phrase of emotional intelligence, right? Oh, it's emotional intelligence. Okay, you could coin it, but you can't fake it. And that's the thing. Either you like people or you don't. Yeah. Either you really sincerely care about people or you don't. And when you don't, you can't fake it. It shows. And that's a big deal. Like, people know when they come to work for us, they know that we care about them. Definitely. I mean, and it could be something as simple as, like, when we're on location, right? We first got into industry. Somebody put me to hold a sign, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just needed work, right? I had lost everything in the Great Recession, and I had to start rebuilding my life. So I started from the bottom. Now we're here. But like I was standing at the airport, right? They gave me a sign to hold. Welcome to Las Vegas, right? Yeah. They left me there for 10 hours. Nobody came and said, do you need a break? Do you need to eat? Do you need to go to the restroom? Do you need nothing? Yeah. I was like, I'm not a freaking robot. And I'm the kind of person, I get hangry. So don't ask me to be happy and smiling, and I'm hungry, and you haven't even asked me if I need a break, like, just to have a snack or nothing. Like, it's not rocket science. It's just common sense. But a lot of companies don't think about it. Yeah. When our people come, we always tell our clients, listen, we have to have enough team members on location so that our people can get breaks, so that they can get off the floor and, take a personal phone call if they need to, go to the restroom, have lunch. Like, you're supposed to be happy, smiling, hospitable. Welcome to Las Vegas. But you can't do that if you're hangry and your feet hurt and you haven't been able to take a break. I mean, come on. And a lot of times our schedules are like 12, 15, 18-hour days, standing on our feet all day. Yeah. Like, managing, that's what it takes. Because, like the clients arrive, let's say we have an arrival day at the airport. It could start at 6 a.m. and we're not done till like 11 p.m., 12 p.m., 1 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. There's been times when we've been on programs, we did 120 hours in 7 days.
Yeah.
We did 21-hour shifts running buses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's just, so like people, but we're not robots, so we make sure they have lunch. Sometimes when we have big programs, we feed them lunch. Like we go, we get Subways, we get everything, we bring it to them, we make sure they have lunch, we make sure they have only the big companies, some of them do that, but a lot of them don't. And we're a small boutique company, like we're a specialized company, but we specialize in loving our people. Definitely. And if you love your people, they'll go the extra mile when it really matters. Like,
yes.
You don't have to think about it. Like, you don't have to think about what their response is going to be in a situation. They need to troubleshoot a situation and make a decision on your behalf. They're going to do the right thing, and they're going to go the extra mile because you go the extra mile for them. And that's the thing that I feel like makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. It does. But like I said, again, too many moving parts. I just imagine, like, if something goes wrong, then, like, in my case, like, something goes wrong, I have to step in, right?
Yeah.
So I was just an example, like, one of my guys, I was here since 9 a.m., and I was working on my computer, and then this one guy calls, like, hey, my battery died. Like, oh, shit. And I don't have jumper cables. Like, and he was, like, right here, like, all right, let me go do that, right? But if I wasn't, and that's because I had a little bit of time, right? But if we were here already, like, bro, figure it out. Like, I can't help you with that, right?
So what I would troubleshoot in that situation immediately, as you're explaining it to me, is I would make sure that everybody that I hire is equipped with the right equipment in case the worst case scenario. So what I do is I go to the worst case scenario in a scenario. I do this in my life too, but like in business and the scenario, I try to go to the worst case scenario. What is the worst case scenario? And then work my way backwards and think about, like, how can I have myself covered in the worst case scenario? So like I've worked my way backwards, and I mean, doesn't have, like, it's nothing foolproof, right? Because there's no perfect world, but that's a simple fix. Like, we even do that for ourselves and our family members. There's a kit that you can buy at Walmart for like $80. And it's like a battery that jump starts your car. Yeah. And you don't need nobody else there. You don't need cables. It just does it for you. Right. Well, one time we were in California helping some friends out with their business, and our battery died in our van, and a car came and tried to give us a jump, and that car couldn't jump our battery because we have a minivan. And so here comes this guy running. He goes, "Oh, I got the solution." And he pulled out his thing and he jumped our car. I was like, "What the heck is that?" Yeah. Like, I didn't even know that existed. And ever since then, we have one of those in each of our cars. We give them to all of our nephews. Those Christmas gifts or birthday gifts for family members. Like, awesome. We want everybody to have. That's a big deal. Like, if your battery runs out, it's an easy fix, but it's a big deal if you don't have the fix.
Oh yeah, and I do have it. It's just that on that truck, I took it out because I have another truck in my driveway that we don't use, and I jump started just to move it a little bit, right? And I left the thing in my garage. Like, now I have to go to my house, get that thing, put it back, and like, no. I have jumper cables in my car. Like, just here, let me jump start you real quick, and just keep the cables just in case. But go get that thing in my garage. But now that took time from me, right? Right. Because my VA that doesn't know what to do. They're in the Philippines. They don't know what to do. Right. They didn't know that I took out the battery thing, right? And I know where it is because I used it. So now I gotta tell my detailer. Let's say I'm here, I can't get on the call like, "Hey, go to my garage. It's there," right? I can't do that right now. So me just thinking that small problem in your business is like. Like, somebody doesn't show up, or they call in sick, or an accident happens, or like your client flight got canceled or delayed, and you're in a tight schedule. Like, there's too many moving parts on that.
Yeah, it is a lot of moving parts. I will say this, and I have to say this. I know, like, people probably don't believe this, but the grace of God on your life makes up for things that nobody else can make up for. Honestly, it's the truth. I've lived it for 30-some years, and so. God's grace helps us to manage people and business and moving parts in a way that neither one of us, I think, realized like was humanly possible for us to do. we do work really, really hard. We do give 200% of ourselves. We don't sleep sometimes. Like when you're a business owner, you never clock out. Yep. You know, so it's just managing your calendar and managing your time. But as you go through experiences, like that experience, you'll be like, the next time that happens, you won't forget, because you're like, dude, that cost me, right? And so when that's one thing I've learned, like when the Holy Spirit or like experience just say, hey, remember what you did last time, and like, don't do that ever again. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I want to get lax. You know, sometimes I don't want to be like this person who's always like got it together. You know, sometimes it's like, and it's like, nope, don't cut corners. Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. And you just keep training your mind and your mindset to just do the right thing at the right time, and don't like. And if that means keeping a checklist or whatever till you get your mind like retrained to do certain things, is whatever it takes, because you know in the long run, like you said, it's going to steal time from you. And for us, it's, you know, a lot of prayer, a lot of leaning on God, a lot of putting Him first, and a lot of like being the right, like being good to our people, you know, and like if we need something, we know that we can lean on them. Like if they say they're going to show up, they're going to show up.
Yeah.
And so that helps us sleep better at night, especially the night before. Okay, so like we'll have to be really transparent. We don't sleep the night before like a big program. No. Like we don't sleep, because it's part of like being nervous, but another part is being excited, and like you got all these things, and you're like, did I do it right? Did I cover everything? Is that? And sometimes I wake up, did I do that? Did I do it? Oh, I did it. Okay. I'm like I'm better than I even think I am sometimes, because I'm in such a habit of doing certain things. But it's like, oh my gosh, did I do that? So just disciplines of like, just don't let yourself ever do that again. You'll be like, damn, you know? Yeah. So whether that means spending a little more time up front of like making sure every vehicle, so you don't have to move that thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should be in everything. Like you should never have to move it and then be without. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a small investment to save you a lot of time. You know, so
right. Yeah. And you say you also have leads, right? The managers.
Yes, we have on location leads.
So I would assume that if there's any if there's something small that goes wrong, they could solve it for you. They don't even have to tell you, or oh well, what would I do?
Right.
You know, they just get take care of it.
Right.
Okay.
They've been we've worked together for 10 years. With a lot of our leads. Yeah. Sometimes they teach us stuff, you know, we're not all knowing. And that's one thing I don't try to be like the one that knows everything. Yeah. I'm like, you know, if you guys, because now I don't work for a lot of different companies like I used to. Somebody else is doing something better, different, please let me know. Like if there's a better way for me to do this more efficiently, please, I'm open to that. But those people, they know, like we've all been working together, and most of the guys, like, you know, Manny, Andre, Bryson, you know, of course, my husband and a couple core other people that we have that work for us. I don't have to think twice. If I put them in a situation, I don't care what it is, I already know how they're going to respond. Yep. And so that is worth its weight in gold. You know what I'm saying? So so that's important. But those people, we only put those kind of people in lead positions, and then they manage all the support staff. You know, so. They check everybody in, and sometimes we have a new person we put in there, and we're like, hey, we want to put you in here. We want to develop you. We're going to put you with all of us to hang out so you can learn, you know, because our job, you learn on the job. There's no like book that can teach you what we do. Trust me. Yeah. There's no book. There's no video there. You learn on the job. So we throw them in there. We mix it up. We put some new people with some experienced people, you know, with the top people in the industry, so they can learn the right way, you know. Yeah. And then they keep showing up, you know, because we said, hey, what can I do? And like Malachi is a good example. We met him. He was working for us in the field, and then he sent me this email that had an encryption on it. I was like, who are you? What do you do? And then I found out that he's like a technology guy, and then we hired him to do that. So he does that, and he works for us in the field, and he helps us with some technology stuff. But yeah, so it's all about like kind of getting to know your people. That's really a gift, and it's really a great strategy for any business. I think I always tell people, especially in hospitality, if you're business to business or you're client facing is a big thing in our industry, and you don't really like people. I always tell, dude, go do IT stuff. Go be in some room with some computer that nobody cares if you smile or don't smile, if your breath stinks or if you look like you didn't sleep. You know, like just you know, like. But the people that come to us, and we tell them, listen, we want you to bring your A game. That means show up with your A game. Like your A face, make sure you shave, make sure you brush your teeth, make sure you press your clothes, make sure we don't allow no tattoos being visible. We don't allow, there's certain things that we just keep a standard, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't take it for granted that everybody understands. So every single time we send the same message to everybody. Like, hey, when we're on location, no tattoos, no smoking, no chewing gum, no, and then you think it's common sense, but it's not.
It's not, yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's so funny that you mentioned that. I'm not gonna say their name, but I have a person that I know that she always goes to like customer service. And I'm like, why? Like, I seen you in person and you never smile. You're always in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you pick that? Nobody wants to talk to you.
My passion.
He's like, oh, it's because that's what I know how to do. He's like, please don't do that. Like, do anything else but
something
that.
else, yeah. It's so funny because
She gets stressed out. She's not good at problem solving. She's not good at communication. So I'm like, you're like working against yourself.
yes.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point because like Emlyn, he's chill. So I had to learn to be more chill because of him. Like I in the beginning I used to get all like freaked out about certain situations, and he's like, babe, just chill. I got this. And I'm like, okay, babe. And he can deal with my intensity because I can be really intense at times. Like a lot of people don't like me because of it. When I'm on location, it's like, it's all about getting it done and make sure that we live up to the promise to the client, right? That it's all about our reputation because that's all you have in business,
Yeah.
But before we started our company, I used to see people like that. Like they look like they suck on lemons all day.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You look like this.
Yeah.
Like really? You're in hospitality? Like you're the person that they put to welcome people at the airport? Welcome to Las Vegas. Like really? Like come on. Like
with
even
their
your
phones.
posture, it's like on your phone.
On the
That's
phone.
a big no for us.
Chewing gum.
Chewing gum, yep. All those things, yep. It's like
No.
no.
You guys check on them or what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you're running all over the place then?
Yeah. So there's days that I get 40,000 steps in one day.
Wow.
One day.
Man, I need a job like that.
40,000?
Like
40,000 steps.
We'll be in
one
shape.
day.
We split up
Yeah.
ourselves, and we have people that has their eyes on what's going on. So.
Yeah. That's good. You got to keep the standard. I mean, that's what keep you guys separate from everyone else.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's what sets us apart. Yep. I don't know. We have some great team members, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
we
do.
really love that. Those are like all my little brothers, man. Like,
Yeah.
I take care of them whenever they need. Like,
Yeah.
Bryson is number one, and then like Malachi and Evan, and even Nancy. She's our executive assistant. She's awesome, and we have people that we've been working with, like Andre Burks and Manny, and they're like our brothers, dude. Like we would do anything for them.
They're our brothers in the trenches.
And we recognize that we could not have built this business without them.
Yeah.
That is huge. You usually don't see business owners kind of like being grateful for the people that are behind them. And there's something that Gary Vee said, like you said, like you don't work for me, I work for you.
Absolutely.
In a way. So yeah.
It's servant leadership
It's huge.
for us. We're there to serve our people. It's really, and the thing is at the end of the day, it's not even about us.
Yeah.
This mission that God has given us to serve people and to change people's lives and to touch people's lives, it's not about us. And that's, I think, when we realized that's when the real power came in, because we realized this is not even about us, and it's way bigger than us. It's about how many people can we touch? How many lives can we affect? Sometimes it could be the smallest thing, but to them, it's a big thing, And, sometimes it's letting somebody borrow a car. Sometimes it's, giving them an advance on their pay. Sometimes it's, just making sure they get lunch and they ate today, because sometimes you don't know what's going on in people's lives. And that's one thing we train our team members, because, like we're the face of the business. They're the face of our company, and it's like, listen, if somebody's in a bad mood, don't take it personal. Just love on them and just try to be as pleasant as possible, and just know that you don't know what that person's dealing with. Maybe they traveled from Australia and they've been on a plane for freaking 24 hours and they got here and their luggage is not there. You know, I had that happen to a client one time. He was coming from Asia and he traveled all day for CES, you know, Consumer Electronics Show. And by the way, the name of our company is Destination Event Pros. I don't think we even said that, but we were, you know, they came from Asia and they're an exhibitor to exhibit at CES, and like all of their stuff was
gone.
So just think about, some people might have just got diagnosed with cancer. Like, you just don't know. Somebody might just like what happened to me. I got a text, you know, when I was going through all the crazy stuff in my life, losing everything. My ex-husband, he sent me a text saying he was going to file for divorce. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? You're going to text me like you got a, what is it called? What it called? Trying to be like not too crazy here, but like, you got a jelly bone for a backbone, dude. Like, you don't even have the guts to just say, at least call and say, hey, you know what, we're gonna do. So like, just imagine if that was you, right? And you're on locate, you're traveling through your life, right? And somebody comes and says, hey, welcome to Las Vegas, and you look at them and it's like, you really want to say F you, but you don't, because, you know. But, you know, so you just don't know what people are going through, and that's not our business. Our business is to treat everybody like they're a VIP, because they are, you know, and the rest will take care of itself. You do the best, and God does the rest. That's what we always say. We give our best, and God does the rest. So,
and that ties to my next question. Like, why are you guys doing this? Like, what got you into this?
You want to talk? Because I've been talking about it.
You could explain better than me. So,
So we were, okay, when I lost everything in the Great Recession, I was working in a staffing company as an account executive, and that's where we met. He worked there and I worked there. And I noticed. How
was that? You noticed him, you're like, damn, that's the one.
No,
not
even close.
No, it wasn't like that at all.
No, I had just recently got divorced, so I wasn't really looking to meet anybody, honestly. Like, I wasn't even, and he was in the middle of a divorce. I didn't know it at the time either, right? I didn't know that, but no, we worked together as colleagues for like 6 months, and I got to observe him, not knowing that we would ever end up together. But when you work with someone, you get to observe him in a unique light, you know, like. You get to see their work ethic.
How do you react?
How do they show up? Exactly. Yeah. And then, and just, this guy is probably one of the hardest working men I've ever met. He never complained about anything. I never heard him complain, I'm having a bad day. At the time, he didn't even have a car, dude. He was on the bus.
The complain about. I mean,
he's from Belize.
I'm from Belize.
It's like, where we come from, people ain't soft, dude. No. If you're soft, you don't survive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're soft, you don't survive. So I got to observe him in a really unique light, and I was like, you know, one day we went out on our first social like thing that we did after kind of like knowing each other for 6 months, and we went out, and we never stopped hanging out since then.
Where'd you take him?
Man, we went to. I can't even, like, where did we go to first?
Babe, you remember. Why are you being all shy right now?
I think we went to Red Rock.
Okay.
The casino and the hotel, and then we went and sat at a lounge, and we actually danced, like, all night.
We laughed and danced all night long.
Danced all night, and after that we went to breakfast, like, early in the morning. I don't know, maybe 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh, shoot.
Can't remember. We went to breakfast, and then that was it.
Yep. And we haven't stopped hanging out.
We've been chilling since then.
Nice.
You know, hanging out, and that's what, like 15 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. Yep.
Wow.
We do everything together.
We do everything together. So. People think we're nuts, but we do. It works for us. It doesn't work for everybody, but it works for us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I'm almost 11 years old, 10 and a half years older than him. I've owned businesses before. You know, this is my third company. I used to own my own dance company in my 20s. I was in mortgage lending in my 30s, 40s. And so I have a lot of experience that he doesn't have, but he never let any of that intimidate him. Like, some men are like, their macho thing gets in their way.
Yeah.
And they can't, like, deal with a woman that maybe knows more, has a different personality, is a driver personality. Like, not for nothing, but Hispanic men in general, they can't handle like a woman like me. Like, they just can't, because it's like, girl, you're just too much. And I'm like, I know I'm extra, but I gotta be who I am. I gotta be who I am. So, but he doesn't let none of it phases him, and I just love that. And he's learned a lot as a result, because when we started our company, he never owned a company before, and he's had to learn, and he's every day he grows, and he tries to support me more, and we work more together, and we try to do things together. He tries to take more and more on. But yeah, I mean, as a business partner, he's great, and as a life partner, he's great, and he's a great lover. So hey, I'm happy.
That's awesome.
You know how to put that out there.
Hey, let's keep it real.
Our thing is, my thing is mostly dream work. I mean, teamwork make the dream work. So
yeah.
Without a team, we ain't nothing. So.
But our core values are
Similar.
very, very aligned, and that's a big thing that people I don't think realize is like, like Hispanics and third world country and Belizeans and Puerto Ricans and all the cans, Jamaicans and Dominicans and all the cans, like we all, like, family is big to all of us, so it's like God, family, and work, it's like, so it's hard to, if you don't find somebody that's who they are, like that's what their life is about, and not for nothing, but a lot of Americans are not like that, like they're just not, and so like that was my problem. I was picking from the wrong pool all the time. But when we met, like his core values about God, family, and work are the same as mine. So, like he supports me a lot in my family. Like today, like my dad's in the hospital. He's going through a lot. We've been his caretaker since 2023.
Yep.
Actually 2022, and he's been in and out of the hospital for the last, 2 months. And so, he's there with me every single time. Like my dad's in the wheelchair, taking him to doctor's appointments, putting the wheelchair in and out of the car, and just anything that he can do. If he's not on location with clients or we're not in business meetings or doing whatever, he's available to like jump in and help. And all my aunts, they love him. They love this guy. They're like, oh, tell my boyfriend I say hi. Give him a big hug. Give him a big kiss. Oh, tell Emlyn. Everybody's Emlyn.
In Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they all love. All my aunts love you, and my uncle. All my whole family loves him. So I mean, when we're big family people, and you have somebody that doesn't really gel with your family, that's really tough, And our parents are not perfect. Everybody has their thing. Like, let's just be real.
Yeah.
I got my thing, I'm not perfect. I get on people's nerves, like, like everybody has their thing, but like the Bible says, honor your father and mother, And so even when it's not perfect and even when they haven't been perfect, you just got to serve and just try to be the best you can. And sometimes we make concessions for people that are not our family more than we do for our own family. And I think that, probably there's some room for improvement there for all of us. Like I'm constantly a work in progress. Like ever since Emlyn came in my life, I've become a more patient person. And going through a lot and losing a lot helped me to be more empathetic and more relatable and just have more compassion. And there's nothing worse than a Christian without compassion. It's like, dude, are you serious right now? Like, you're talking about being a Christian, but your life doesn't reflect anything about being a Christian. That's why I don't tell people I'm a Christian. I'm a Christ follower. Because people use that word very loosely. And you're a Christian, but you hate people. You're a Christian, but you're a racist. You're a Christian, but you're Christian, but
doesn't
you're
make
mean.
sense,
you're a
right?
Christian, but I like, seriously?
Yep.
Come on now. Like, don't. That's why I don't even tell people I'm not religious. I'm just a Christ follower. And every day in my life, in our life, we try to honor God in everything that we do, and we try to be a better version of ourselves every day. We try to look for ways to improve. Even with us, like sometimes it's a drop dead drag out. Like, what is going on? And then we get over ourselves and we come together and we're like, hey, God first. We got to love each other. We got to respect. We got to grow. I expect nothing out of anyone else around me that I don't expect out of myself first. And that's why I tell I try to share with a lot of people, especially younger people, is like, hey, you want all this, glitz and glory, glamour, fame, money. You ain't gonna control nobody or be leader of nobody till you lead yourself first.
True.
You got to be CEO of your own life first. When you figure that out, then God will start to add pieces to your life and bring the right people in your life. But he ain't going to bring people in your life for you to be a horrible leader, like you're verbally abusive, you don't have your stuff together, like even like in relationship, like God wants to bring you that person. Like you have this image of this person that you want, but are you the person that's the mirror image of that person? Like, are you trying to be like improve yourself so that when God brings you that gift, you could be a gift to that person? Like, how are you looking at your life that way? Because I had to do that. I had to take a serious look at my life and be like, am I like, where do I need to like change? Because my picker was broken, and I always picked the biggest loser in the freaking. And then that it changed. Like, it's the truth that it changed. I mean, I used to have bad relationship issues because my parents got divorced when I was a teenager, and my dad always cheated on my mom, and that's all I knew. And then so I was like, I don't want to be like the telenovelas, like the soap operas. I'm like that, like people actually like that's like reality TV for Hispanic people. Come on, like
some of them, yeah.
It's like. I grew up, I was like, wait, I hate telenovelas. Why? Because in telenovelas, people have drama. Somebody's always cheating on somebody. Somebody's always smacking somebody, abusing some. It's like, that's not what I want, like, the image for my life to be, But it's hard because your culture, sometimes that's all you know. And unless you step away from it, then you don't. And that's the best thing I did is I left home at 21. I moved away from Vegas. I moved to Florida, and then I was in Boston. I was away for 10 years by myself, like just out there figuring life out, and that's the best thing that's the best gift I gave to myself. And then, that's when I met Christ, and he came and, became, I asked him to be Lord of my life. And, it's been a growing process. But it's constantly, you can't stop growing. You basically always have to expect out of yourself that you're going to be a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, Babe.
No, you have to keep on pushing.
I know. Yeah, you have to. You have to keep on pushing. You have to. Babe, anything to add, babe? It's like do all the talking. It's like, man, how do you guys live together? She talks and you don't. Like,
I do talk. I mean,
I know you do, but they like people are not gonna know you talk.
You have to compliment each other though. So
yeah, we do.
Like you'll probably hit heads if you're the same.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. If we were, we do butt heads sometimes.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? I'm not an easy person to live with. I'm not kidding, because I expect a lot out of myself. Mm-hmm. So you can't be in the same little household and like not think that I'm gonna expect a lot out of you.
Yeah.
And one thing I was real like transparent with him up front, like when we first met, I was like, dude, I'm just gonna let you know, like, God has given me a vision and a mission for my life. This is where I'm going. Like, I'm not gonna sacrifice or whatever. Like, this is where I'm going. Like, either you want to go with me or we don't.
Where are you going?
You really want to know?
Where are you going?
Oh my goodness, what a question, dude. Okay, so you guys know that we're Sub 2 members and Owners Club members, and Pace Morby's, I known him in my life for like 2 months, and I probably haven't had somebody come into my life and had such an effect in a short time as Pace Morby and Jamil Danji. But we've been working on our Mount Everest, and our Mount Everest used to be, before we came to the Sub 2, we were like, okay, we're going to be love lords. We're going to buy one multifamily home a year and put people in there that we want to help, right? Like, and do that like once a year for the next 10 years. That's the only way we knew. We just knew traditional lending. You go, you move into a house, right? Yeah. You do a fourplex. You own or occupy one of the units, and then you could do it again. Because of our career, since we travel all over, we could literally do what we do from anywhere. So we were going to do that. Okay, so that we're going to pick one city and then the next city and then the next city and do it like that. It was going to take 10 years. Now we want to help 1,000 families to with the dream of home ownership, and And you know, the other thing for us is that's become really clear when we stepped in to help my dad and be an advocate and a voice for him, and had to pick a group home for him to live in because he lost his mobility after he had a fall. And I had to like step in and like help him, you know, like basically be his voice.
Right.
And go to all the doctor's appointments for him and take care of his quality of life and his medical like care. I had to close out his apartment and sell his car and find him a group home and go to all the doctor's appointments with him and everything. It's helped me realize that there's a lot of families out there that need a place to put their parents, you know, like, because we travel, having my dad at my house doesn't make sense because he would still be alone, you know?
Yeah.
And so thank God we found a really good group home 10 minutes from my house, and the group home director and the owner, she took care of her parents when they were elderly, and that's where she said, you know, I wanted to start doing this for other people. And you could tell that that's her heart, where she comes from. It's not just a business. But so helping people, you know, at first we were like, oh, we'll just help the people that we know and we love in our family. But then we're like, even though we thought that was a good plan, it was like, that's so selfish because there's so many other people that need help. And, you know, realizing like we could probably help a lot more people. So right now we have our Mount Everest is helping 1,000 people, affecting their lives to help them either home ownership, you know, or improve their life in some way, or directing them and putting them in the right place with the right people to help them. So that's our goal.
That's really on the because deadlines are really important to me. You have a deadline for this.
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good practice because I have this thing I'll share it with you. It's called A Date with Destiny. Mm-hmm. And a date with destiny is you have to pick a date.
Yeah.
Because if you don't pick a date, then you're never going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so life gets always in the way, right?
It always gets in the way. And then, you know, managing your calendar to be intentional. Yeah. Like I thought we did a good job like managing our calendar, because we've always managed our calendar since before we even started this company. Mm-hmm. Because there's no way we could manage everything without our calendar. So literally we disciplined ourselves that everything goes on our calendar, but I'm learning to be more intentional about the things that you want to do and not just the things that you have to do, right? Like we want to work and we love that. And those things would always go on the calendar first. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the things that we have to do for other people. But like, I realized that some way along the line, we stopped like putting like time together, like outside of work, you know, important. And like working your non-negotiables first, and then putting in it. So being more intentional. But a date with destiny is all about like, hey, pick a date. When is your goal to accomplish that by? And then you hold yourself accountable. And even if you missed a date, you're still going to be way closer to it than you thought you would be had you not picked a date.
You just remind me of a goal that I have, and I didn't put a date on it. Oh. Like, okay. And I always.
What is it? Tell us.
I can't tell you. You will find out.
He's mysterious.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
I like that.
But I'll tell you later.
But that thing about so I've always been more chill about my approaches, but ever since Gio too, like he always like pushes to like, hey, let's have a date, and sometimes they're crazy. Like, oh, hey, we're gonna do this workshop in the next month, and we want this amount of people there. I'm like, oh my God, you're nuts, but let's do it. So for the last masterclass we did like one for private money. Our goal was to have 100 people there, and we managed 74 signed up, and we had 55.
Good.
55, 54,
Good.
yeah. So
That's
we missed the
awesome.
goal, but
Congratulations.
it's always good to push yourself to get to crazy numbers. You know, it's just yeah.
People think this is a corny saying, but it says shoot for the moon, and even if you don't make it, you'll land among the stars. And I mean, how many stars are there, right? Yeah. Like we can't even count them, right? So like, even if you're shooting for like you think is like audacious, like I like that word, like audacious, right? Like who do you think? Because you know that voice in your head when you have this idea. And you know that like it's something that you want to do, and immediately that voice in your head comes. Who do you think you are? Like,
all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? Like,
Who's
you think
gonna show up? Who's
like,
gonna buy that?
Yeah. Who? Like, you think you all that? Like you, and then I realized, I am all that, but it's not even about it. It's not even about that at all. It's about who's all that am I affecting in the process, you know? And somebody said to me one day, like, I forget who, but they said, like, if you're not showing up, it's selfish because there's so many people whose lives you could touch by just showing up that you're robbing them of their blessing by not living on purpose, like your purpose in your life, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really good. A lot of people, Gio, a lot of people in my life think I'm crazy all the time. Even he does, but he knows I'm crazy, but he goes with it.
I don't
'Cause
think you're crazy. I know you're crazy. I live with you, so
yeah.
if I see her do some crazy stuff, like when she was at Squat Up,
I went
running around, like Malachi was. I'm like, bro, I'm used to this. So
My cousin's like, what the heck?
Yeah, he was like, what is going on? I was like, dude, just leave. I'm in my zone. I was having a spiritual moment. Me and God, we was doing our thing, and I was like almost an out of body experiences. I even asked him yesterday, I was like, was I running really, really fast? Because I used to run track, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, you were running so fast that I couldn't
I thought you were fast. Yeah, you were fast.
I
He's
tried
like-
to pull the camera out. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
She was gone.
She was already run.
Yeah, I don't even
Back,
know. Like,
like-
yeah, but he's used to it. But you know, it's like when you stay out of your comfort zone. That's one thing that we do.
Yeah,
like,
we do.
Here's a good saying that my pastor talks about. He said, "Comfort is the killer of destiny."
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, and that is so good. Like the more comfortable you are, and let's just be real, where we come from or where our parents come from. Like I'll just say, the thing that gives me passion every day is that my grandma, when she came she moved to New York from Puerto Rico. She had 8 kids. She didn't know how to read. She didn't know how to write, and she didn't know how to speak English. Okay, I'm only one generation removed from that woman.
That's wild.
But I get emotional because that's the passion.
Mm-hmm.
If she could do it and she had 8 kids, what excuse do I have not to bring 200% of myself every single time and not make any excuses? Because there are no excuses.
Yeah.
There are no excuses. I mean, where we come from, like, there's no excuses. And so being comfortable is not an option.
Mm-hmm.
And failure is not an option. You know, I want to be the first multimillionaire in my family. And I'll die trying. I don't care. But I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
And I want to make my grandma proud. And I want to make my mama proud. And for me, that's the thing that keeps me like keeps us going. Because he's the same way. Like he wants to be the first millionaire in his family, and he wants to, you know, we want to buy his mom a house and build her a house in Belize, and we have all these things that we want to do for other people. It's not even about us, but that's the thing is like, you have to honor, and some of us don't even know our history. You know, they don't even know where they come from. That's why they don't have passion or purpose in their life.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it's like you got to remember, don't forget where you come from, and know that your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents, they work hard, they sacrifice to give us an opportunity, and we stand on their shoulders. And so, you know, like, it's no excuse for us not to get up every single day and say, you know what, sometime, maybe yesterday I got kicked down. It was a rough day, but today I'm going to wipe off my feet. I'm going to hit the deck, and I'm going to go all over again. I'm going to keep trying till I figure it out. And that's what has made us successful, because we're willing to do what 99.9% of the people out there are not willing to do it. And if you're one of those people that you're willing to do what most of the people are not willing to do, there's no way that you cannot be successful. Because even if it's just for pure perseverance and determination, for just showing up, you're going to be successful. Mm-hmm. And so for me, that's the thing that, like, it's a big vision. And that's where it just starts. It starts at helping 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 families. Yeah.
1,000 families.
So that's where I want to go.
Through
with you.
multifamily?
Through multifamily and co-living. Yeah.
Okay.
Like for elderly people, co-living for. There's a couple people in Owners Club that's their mission too, and I'm going to collaborate hopefully with them. I'm a big collaborator because, like, I need to compress time.
Yeah.
You know, and so compressed time is like, you know, collaborate and squad up with the right people, like you guys. You know, I'm so happy to have met you guys and be a part of what you guys are doing.
Who told you we're the right people?
I don't know. I just get a feeling. I just know. Like, honestly, like you get to the point where you meet somebody and you know right away. Like, I know for me, people either like me or hate me.
Yeah.
Like, it's no in between, and I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I think your personality probably pushes the wrong people away though. Like quick.
The wrong ones.
Yeah.
Like quick.
I
They'll
think
probably
so.
run away
Good
from
thing.
you. Like if someone's like, oh, like nah, this person's not for me.
Yeah.
good.
Oh
You
yeah.
just can't handle it. That's all.
It's true. And it pushed a lot of the wrong men away, and now I got the right ones. So,
Yeah.
Hey.
I like my food spicy. So
He does.
I eat a lot of spice.
But yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited about what God is bringing in 2025. I feel like
Yeah.
we're gonna do a lot of great things, and collaborating with you guys and other people
Definitely.
that have the same vision and mission, you know. And one thing that we always pray is God, bring the right people into my life, and the wrong people, don't even let them come in. Like, and sometimes we don't even like, we're always praying that, right? And this, you know, God's working, but you don't see how He's working.
Yeah.
And you meet people and you like, oh, you send them a text or whatever, and they don't respond, and you're like, what is up with that? Like, right? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I prayed and you said and you did. Okay, I'm good. Like, you know, it's like, okay, well, I know that you're like keeping the wrong people away and bringing us the right people. So.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes people don't answer me like, little shit.
What did I do
You're
to
like,
you?
What is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, no response, text, what? And then other people, you're like, oh yeah, you know, like everything's like from the moment you like meet, it's almost like with you guys, I feel like I've known you way longer than like a couple of weeks. Like,
I know.
really, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I've known you guys way longer than a few weeks. But that's just the way it works. It's like it works. It either works really, it clicks right away, or it doesn't. And I learned to own it and be okay with it. Like, I'm okay with people not liking me.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So it's all good.
Liz, if someone wants to find you to do work with you, where could they find you? What would
First,
be
they
the
can't
best
call
way?
me Liz because my name is Lizette.
Lizette.
Anyways.
Lizette.
No.
I was gonna ask you that question too, because we have another Lizette, the same thing.
Oh, really?
But we call her Liz, and she's like, I don't care. Like, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, so she's Liz and I'm Lizette. That's cool. So basically, you can find us at destinationeventpros.com. We're on Instagram at Destination Event Pros.
Okay.
And then our business funding company, which we didn't really talk about, is All Love Legacy. That's basically the legacy that we're looking to leave. So
Okay.
alllovelegacy.com. And we have an Instagram page, but it doesn't have a whole lot on it yet. But we're working on it.
I know.
We're working
We're
progress.
going to create content soon.
So yeah, but you know, we have content. We just don't. I don't know how to like put it on, but that's a whole different conversation for another day.
You managed 200 people. I promise.
Oh,
As soon as you find the right editor, you're going to blow it up.
Destination Event Pros. Yeah, that's our main thing, and then All Love Legacy, and we're on all the we're on LinkedIn and everything like that. So wherever you guys have technology, you can find us.
Okay,
Perfect.
So we're running out of time. But I do want to talk about your other business.
Oh,
We'll probably do chapter
That's fine.
2.
yeah.
So,
We're happy to come back and hang out with you guys whenever you guys invite us back. We're happy.
Perfect.
Yeah, of course. And
We look forward to collaborating and working with you guys.
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I want to thank both of you. Honestly, I actually like your energy a lot. I
Yeah,
don't
most
know.
people feed off my energy. But
Yeah, yeah,
some
it
people
does.
just can't take it.
Yeah. No, I want to say that like your energy is even when we went to record, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like recording is tough. Like it's just draining.
I told her what you told me.
Yeah. Like with you, it was bam, bam, well, like creating ideas and everything. Even like the last few houses, I was like, geez, like is she gonna tell me like it's done? Like nothing. You took me to the whole houses. I know with Gio would probably done too, and like, bro, let's just go.
That's
home.
what I told you. We would probably do 1, 2, maybe.
Yeah,
Like, call it
yeah,
a
we
day.
went all of them. I was like, yes, like let's do this. Like,
Well,
So-
I don't stop till you tell me to
Yeah,
stop.
so-
I mean, I set out a whole afternoon for you. So
yeah,
I
I
was like,
know.
I was like, whenever you're done, like,
Yeah.
you got my time. It's whenever you say we're done, we're done. But like, you got to remember, we're used to like 20-hour days.
Oh yeah.
no
That's why
sleep,
you
so-
here. That
so
engine
it's
keeps
like,
on running.
if you see and I even look. Did he tell you I brought him something to eat?
Yeah. She brought
I
something
brought
to
him
eat.
something to eat and everything.
I was like, this is taking a little bit extra. Like, I'm just gonna wait really quick because I was answering texts and everything. And yeah,
Yeah, I just
It was
ran
great.
through a drive-through real quick and brought him some food because I'm like, the whole hangry
cut that
thing-
whole hangry thing.
The whole
Yeah,
hangry thing
yeah.
is not good
It's
look.
true.
It's not very cute. So I was like, but yeah,
Yeah.
but it was easy. And I told Gio the same thing.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, working with Christian, he's so easy to work with. I
Yeah.
love it. Like,
We're gonna see
I
the
love
results. What comes out of it.
I'm excited.
No, but thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys
Yeah,
for
I know we're
having
gonna do.
us.
Pleasure.
We're gonna do big things with you guys. I know for a fact. Yeah.
Give God the glory,
Yes, all the glory.
all the honor.
All right. So
Perfect.
social media, contact you there. That's the best way.
Yes, social
Okay.
media.
Perfect. All right, guys.
Awesome. All right,
Close it
I'm
out.
signing out. All right. Again, guys, thank you so much for being here. New Capital again, and we'll be here for episode 2. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace